Episode 9, Your Lead. Captain Ozo and Kurugi began their battle, throwing energy blasts at one another and dodging each other's attacks. You are quite the skilled fighter. I can tell by your movements and reactions, said Kurugi. Yes, and you're not bad either, replied Ozo. But you're holding back a lot of raw power. Why not release it? Because you won't be able to survive, said Kurugi. Besides, I have to reserve my power just in case I have to fight whoever is wielding that power. Both Ozo and Kurugi charged at each other, creating massive winds that cut through trees. Each time their fists clashed, heavy winds blew anything or anyone around them away. First set, Spirit of Time and Dimension Form, shouted Ozo. Ozo's body lit up with white light, his hair glowing white, and his eyes shining like the sun. First set, White Silver Threads, declared Kurugi. Multiple white and silver threads covered the entire area from the ground up. Ozo charged in, dodging every thread he could. Now I have you. First set, Silver Winds, said Kurugi. Ozo was pushed back by the strong silver winds, nearly landing on one of the threads, but he quickly recovered and began charging in again. First set, White Sword Slashes, shouted Ozo. His attacks began cutting some of the threads down, giving him a straight path to Kurugi. When Ozo finally reached him, he punched Kurugi in the face twice and in the stomach once, before kicking him into a pile of boulders. Is that all you've got? Get up, said Ozo. Where did you learn to use the white form and skills? Asked Kurugi. Why do you ask? Replied Ozo. Because that form and those skills belong to my family bloodline, said Kurugi. So, you are their kid after all, Ozo remarked. This will be like old times for me. Show me what you've got. Why won't you answer me? Shouted Kurugi. First set, Spirit of Time and Dimensions. Kurugi's body lit up with white light, his hair glowing white, and his eyes shining like the sun. Kurugi and Ozo were now equally matched, going blow for blow and causing massive explosions that dealt damage to both of them. It seems like we are evenly matched, said Ozo. He then charged up all the power in his body, glowing white. Meanwhile, Mae was still holding off Kuromi's attack. I gotta figure something out, or me and the whole area will be reduced to pieces, said Mae. Her force field began to crack. Mae continued to stay focused and pushed harder, but Kuromi's attack was still too strong for her to deflect or stop. If you don't do something, you will lose your life, said Kuromi. Finally, Mae's force field shattered, and Kuromi's attack was heading straight for her and everything she tried to protect. Mae lost consciousness and closed her eyes. You were too weak, so death is your penalty, said Kuromi. Suddenly, Mae started glowing with a black aura around her entire body. Back to Yae, she was closing in on Ozo and Kurugi. Suddenly, a knife was thrown in front of her feet, stopping her instantly. Who's there? Asked Yae. We are here to stop you from interfering with Captain Ozo's fight, said Lyko and Vito together. But why? Asked Yae. He will die if the person he's fighting has the same power as myself. You'd better be worried about yourself right now, said Lyko. Yuka told us not to kill you, but she never mentioned not to violate you, said Vito with a grin. Now be a good girl and come with us so we can have a little grown-up fun. Haha. I'm still a teenager, said Yae firmly, and I'm not interested in grown-up fun, especially with old men like you. Lyko threw several knives at Yae, but she dodged them. Vito dashed in front of her and knocked her back with a few punches to her stomach. Yae fell to the ground. Now, where were we? Said Vito. Oh yeah, you were about to give up that pretty little body of yours. You can take your clothes off right here. I'm ready to find out how your skin tastes. Vito, cut it out, she's a child, said Lyko angrily. Our orders are to stop her from interfering with the captain's fight. Don't forget that. First set, Dimension Warp, shouted Yae. She vanished. You can't hide from us, said Lyko. He infused his knives with homing ability and launched them to search for Yae, detecting any kind of energy nearby. Doesn't seem like her presence is here at the moment. She must have slipped through dimensions. Damn it, that coward, said Lyko. Looking for me. First set, Space Vines of Time, shouted Yae. Her vines appeared and attacked Lyko and Vito, but they barely dodged them. What are we going to do about that dimension skill? Asked Lyko. First set, Space Bullets, shouted Yae. Energy blasts appeared out of nowhere and hit both Lyko and Vito, causing little damage. Is that all you got, my little prey? Said Vito. First set, Hunter Ignorance. Hunter Ignorance enhanced all his senses and defense. Ha! I've found you, shouted Vito. He reached in the direction and grabbed Yae's neck by surprise. How did you? Gasped Yae. Vito threw her on the ground. Lyko walked over and stood by his side. Now, be a good little girl and come back to the capital, said Lyko. First set, Dimension Warp, shouted Yae. She disappeared again. I'll find her again, said Vito. He used his special skill to sense Yae's hiding place. Detecting her presence, he attacked, but was struck by her space vines of time. What the hell? Shouted Vito. My knives picked up something, said Lyko. Seems I've found you. His energy knives attacked Yae's detected location, but her vines struck him back. Damn it, she's fast. Vito, let's attack at the same time. First set, energy knives. Shouted Lyko. First set, hunter's ignorance. Shouted Vito. Both attacks detected Yae's energy in the same direction. Vito charged, while Lyko's knives followed for backup. Yae's vines struck again, but this time Lyko's knives protected Vito. Still, Yae's energy vanished. Why the hell can't we catch her? Asked Vito. First set, assassin stealth mode, said Lyko. Yae split her energy into two and cast them nearby. First set, hunter assassination combo. Shouted Lyko and Vito together. Red and pink flames shot out of their bodies like arrows, striking every energy point. Yae was finally hit, knocked out of her dimension, and badly injured. There you are. Now stay calm and don't resist. We are taking you back to the capital, said Lyko. And before that, we're gonna have a little fun with your body. Hee, said Vito. Stop your nonsense before I kill you myself, said Lyko coldly. Have a little fun, will ya? Said Vito with a smirk. You've done it now, shouted Yae. Second set, White Lightning Dragon. I was afraid this would happen. Now things are getting out of hand, said Lyko. Impossible. How can a little runt like her reach level 2 of the Awakening Zone? Who is she? Shouted Vito. Meanwhile, Ozo was having no trouble dealing with Kurugi. However, Kurugi stopped fighting suddenly. Done already? Asked Ozo. Yeah, done playing around. Second set, Silver Lightning, said Kurugi. The sky darkened over their battlefield. Damn it, I forgot he has the same power that rivals Yae. There's nothing I can do, especially since I've never managed to reach level 2 of the Awakening Zone, said Ozo. Silver lightning came from the sky at massive speed, striking Ozo unexpectedly. Second set, Silver Extraction. Shouted Kurugi. The lightning exploded into silver particles, paralyzing Ozo. Suddenly, both noticed a similar skill to Kurugi's being used nearby. Is that? Asked Kurugi. No, this cannot be. Said Ozo. It's the White Lightning Dragon. I must go, said Kurugi. But Ozo cast a trap spell to hold him for 5 minutes. This spell will hold anyone in place for 5 minutes, said Ozo. You pest. In 5 minutes, I will be free. Shouted Kurugi. Meanwhile, Yae's White Lightning Dragon crushed Lyko and Vito effortlessly. She rushed to Captain Ozo. Captain Ozo. Are you alright? I'm taking you back to the capital, said Yae. Not so fast, you're coming with me, said Kurugi. I have some questions to ask you. This barrier has less than a minute to wear off. Then I'll take you with me. It's important. Will you leave the captain alone if I go with you? Asked Yae. I promise, said Kurugi. Okay, you lead the way, said Yae. Kurugi opened a portal, and they both stepped through. Before leaving, he used teleportation to send Ozo back to the capital. Meanwhile, the hunter and assassin finally regained consciousness and headed back to report their failure.